Hello everyone. In this video, I will talk about Section 214B. This is the most common US visa refusal reason. It is very important that you understand Section 214B because I'm going to talk about things in this video that you should not do and things that could get you in trouble. So, again, very important that you understand what is Section 214B. Let's get started. So when you go for your US visa interview, you are looked as a potential immigrant. So the visa officer is thinking that this guy will permanently settle in United States. This is what this section talks about. So as you can read, section 214B, every individual is presumed to be an immigrant. So for the visa officer, he is thinking that you have an intention to permanently settle in United States and you will not return to your home country. It is your duty now to convince the visa officer that, hey, I don't have any such intention. If you are a tourist, convince it to him that you are going there just for tourism, maybe a week or 2 week visit, and you will return to your home country. If you are a student, convince the visa officer that, hey, I am just a student, I'm a genuine student, and I will return back to my home country upon completion of my education. At any point in the interview, if the visa officer think that you have other intentions, if other than tourism, or if you are a student other than being a student, he will refuse your visa and he will give you the section 214B. If you are a tourist, convince the visa officer that you are just a tourist and you don't have intention to settle in United States, you don't have intention to work in United States, and you have intention obviously to return to your home country. So this is very important. You can read this section. Every alien presumed to be an immigrant until he establishes to the satisfaction of the consular officer. That is what the purpose of this interview is actually about. So through this interview, the visa officer is trying to assess whether you are a potential immigrant or not. And if you establish to his satisfaction that you don't have such intention, he will grant you your visa. So basically, these two things the visa officer is essentially trying to understand, that if you have immigration intention and if you have intention to work there. So the important thing to note over here is that how will you convince it to him that you don't have such intention? Because it is easy for me to say over here that hey, just convince it to him that you don't have intention to immigrate to United States and you will return to your home country. But the tricky part is that how are you going to do that? In this video, I will try to make that easy for you. I will help you with things that can make your situation easy. I will help you with things that could help you get your US visa. The number one reason why the visa officer gives you 214B is actually that you have weak ties to your home country. So if you got your US visa refused and if you are not sure what was the reason, most likely you have got weak ties to home country. What is weak ties to home country? So let us say that you are unemployed person. Now tell me, do you think that you have a strong ties to your home country? Because if you have got a job in your home country, let us say, and if you are earning a lot of money in your home country, if you are established in your home country, you have a reason to go back to your home country. But if you don't have job, if you don't have good employment, if you're not working, so you don't have actually good connection to your home country. And if you get US visa, most likely they will think that visa officer will think that you will go to US and you will start looking for job there and you will not return to your home country. So if you are unemployed and you got your US visa refused, this could be the reason that weak ties to home country. So my advice would be start looking for job if you are unemployed. And also one thing, even with those with who have got job, even they get their visa refused, maybe because the visa officer in his mind thinking that this guy is not doing a nice job. He doesn't look like a well established person, and if I give him his visa, he may not return to his home country. So if you are doing your work, if you have a good job in your home country, if you are earning a lot of money, your chances of getting visa is very high. So employment is not the only thing, but I consider it really important. For to me, employment is the most important out of all these things. But if you are unmarried, again, this is little bit tricky because, say, if you have got family in your home country, you have got your wife, you have got your children. Obviously, you are not gonna leave them behind and permanently move to United States. So, if you have got family, this is a strong ties. So, this connects you to your home country. But let us say you are a student, then in that case you are not married. In that case you do not have a job. In that case you do not have a children. Then how can you convince the visa officer that you have got a strong ties? So in this situation, you have got your parents. So you can convince the visa officer that first, after say you will go to US, you will study there, you will get the degree, and then you will come back to your home country and you will maybe start a business, maybe you have a company in mind that you're going to work for. That is first thing, that after getting degree you will in any capacity benefit your nation. And second thing is that you have your parents there, maybe they are reaching the retirement age, maybe they will need you, and you need to be with them to support them emotionally, financially. So these are your reasons that proves that you have a strong ties to home country. For a visitor to US, for a tourist to US, your family again, and then if you have got good job, these are your ties. So this is the list that I have prepared that shows that you have weak ties: unemployment, unmarried, family ties weak, not part of any community group. So obviously you need to be doing something in your home country. So say if you are a politician and you are working for a political party, that is something that connects you to your home country. That is your strong tie. Even if you are a student and you are studying in your home country and you want to visit USA, so again, being a student, studying in your say college or university connects you to your home country. If you don't have any investments, any properties in your home country, your bank balance is not good. And again, I've talked about this if you are not studying. So these are the things that you need to keep in mind that shows that you have weak ties. So you need to work on this. So if you want to visit USA as a tourist and you are not a student, so get a job. And if you are a student and you want to visit United States to study, so you need to convince the visa officer those two things that I've talked about, that you want to work, come back and work in your home country, and you have family who is reaching maybe in the retirement age. So this was important. That is why I give so much attention to it. Next thing that is again very important is that purpose of visit. It should be very clear. If you are going there as a tourist, you need to convince the visa officer that you are a genuine tourist, and for that you need to know some places in United States. If you are telling the visa officer you are a tourist and you do not know anything about US, you do not know which place you are going to visit, he will obviously think that you are not a tourist. You are somebody who is trying to get inside USA by whatever means, and then once you get this visa, you will not return to your home country. So if you are a tourist, have a genuine reason for visit, have places in mind that you are going to visit, and most importantly, create a travel itinerary. If you don't know how to create a travel itinerary, check in description section. I will provide my Instagram link. Reach out to me. I will help you with that. But create your own travel itinerary. This will give you some clarity, like which places you are going to visit, when are you going to visit, how long will you be staying there. All these things are very important if you are a tourist, and they will ask you questions on this. So you need to answer them very clearly. You cannot be hesitant, like maybe I'll visit this, maybe I will visit that. No, you need to be very clear where you want to visit, because any hesitancy, if the visa officer sees that, he will not give you your visa. Let's be very clear with that. So this was for tourists. But what if you are a student? So if you are a student, your purpose of visit obviously is being going there and studying. So you need to convince the visa officer that you are a genuine student and you have a genuine interest in the program that you are going to pursue. So he will try to evaluate you whether you are a student or not, really a student or not, and whether you have genuine interest in the program or not. Two things again very important: convince the visa officer that you are a student and know a lot about your program. So you need to learn about your program structure if you really want to get this visa. Another reason why they could give you 214B is that if they think that you are not confident, maybe you are hiding something, maybe you are not answering it to them, maybe they are asking you some questions and you are giving them a different kind of answer. They do not want that. Look, this interview is going to be just 1 minute, 2 minute, maybe 3 minute at max. In that 2 or 3 minutes, you need to convince the visa officer your reason behind visiting USA, and you need to be confident. But if you are giving them unnecessary answer, if you are wasting their time, and if say you are hesitant in answering them, if you are not making eye contact, if your body language is reflecting that you are nervous, or you are hiding something, they will not give you your visa. So again, it is okay to be nervous. So it is okay, I understand that this is your interview and you are going to be little nervous. But if you're too nervous, and if you are fumbling, if you are not giving clear answers, and it may appear to them that something is fishy, and this could raise some suspicion. See, your job is to clear their doubts, but if you are behaving like that, if your body language is not clear, they do not have time to entertain you. They will refuse your visa. Again, if you are going to USA, and if you do not have sufficient fund, so how will you survive there? You won't get your visa. So maybe they'll not ask you to show documents. They will try to evaluate whether you have sufficient fund with you or not through questions. So if you are a tourist, they'll ask you about your job, and they can understand from your job that if you are making money or not, and if you will be able to finance your trip to US or not. And if you are a student, they will again ask you question on your sponsor, and then they will get in a lot more detail. I have made a video on F1 visa interview questions and answer. You can check that. So they will get in a lot more detail about your sponsor, about what work is he doing, about all those details. So be ready with answers. Many of you don't even consider it, but this goes against you. So if you have family members in US, this is very tricky situation. So if you have family members in US, if you have boyfriend or girlfriend in US, this is very tricky, because if you have got relatives in US, family in US, boyfriend, girlfriend in US, you have got ties to US. You have got a strong ties to US, and in that case, why, like, you have so many people that you know in US, why are you in your home country? Maybe you are also thinking to go to US. This is what visa officer is thinking. So if you have got such a strong ties to US, maybe they will refuse your visa, and you will think, maybe why did he refuse my visa? They refused your visa because they're thinking that you will not return to your home country. You have got such a strong ties to US. So again, here some tips from me. So, if you are telling the visa officer that you are going to visit your relatives, so most likely they will refuse your visa. So, in this situation, you need to be very specific why you are going to visit your relative. You need to focus on why aspect. So, maybe your relative birthday is coming up. That is a valid reason for you to visit US. Maybe your cousin is going to get married, so that is a valid reason for you to visit US. So if you are going to meet your family, have a very valid reason. So focus on why you are going to visit your family, and you should be all right. But if you are just telling them that, hey, I'm going to visit my, say, cousin in US, so they may reject your visa. Also, one more thing: if you have got boyfriend or girlfriend in US and you're telling them that you are going to visit your boyfriend and girlfriend, most likely your visa will get refused. So another thing that I want to talk a little bit about is having a sponsor in US. This is again very tricky. Maybe you can get your visa, and maybe you will not get your visa if you have a sponsor in US. So if you want to talk, if you have got a sponsor in US and if you're not sure how to go about things, maybe you can connect with me. Again, check my description section and reach out to me on my Instagram. Now let us talk about DS-160. This is often the most neglected part of US visa process. People do not fill it properly because this takes time. This takes focus. And people don't like to give time. People don't want to pay attention, and they fill maybe some incorrect details. They don't refer their documents, and they are filling anything. So when you are filling your DS-160, first know what you are feeling. The information that you're providing should be correct. And second, don't guess. Like if you're not sure what should you fill there, don't guess. Reach out to somebody. Reach out to me maybe. So again, very important that you fill your DS-160 properly. After filling your DS-160 properly, that is not all. So you are done with the first step. You filled your DS-160 properly. Congratulations. Now come the interview. So in the interview, they'll ask you a lot of questions, and they will try to check whether your answers match with what answers you have provided on DS-160. So the answers that you give in your interview and the answers that you have provided in DS-160, there should be consistency in those. They should match. So if there is any inconsistency in whatever answer you are giving in the interview from what you have mentioned in your visa application, your visa will straight away be rejected. So if you want to prepare yourself for interview, reach out to me again. And I hope you like this video. And if you like this video, please subscribe my channel. Thank you so much.